welcome to our channel. Today, we will bring you the shocking and dramatic developments that you cannot expect from beyond the gates. Anita still cannot forget the terrifying moment when she discovered the truth about her daughter, Dani. The innocent and gentle girl suddenly turned into a completely different person, cold and calculating to the point of planning to hire a killer to kill Vernon. A feeling of pain, confusion mixed with helplessness surged in Anita when she realized that the seemingly peaceful days were suddenly cracked by the darkness that was secretly creeping into her family life. Dani is not someone who would easily act recklessly based on anger or normal dissatisfaction. Hidden under that mask are complex and possibly even more dangerous motivations. Is Dani being manipulated by an invisible force from behind? An invisible hand pulling her, leading her step by step in a dark plot she never imagined? Anita begins to suspect the small signs she had previously overlooked, such as the secret phone calls Dani received at night. The times the young girl sneaked out of the house without explanation, the fearful intense looks whenever someone mentioned Vernon. Then one day, Anita overheard a brief conversation between Dani and a stranger, a cold, ambiguous voice of unknown identity, repeatedly saying we must act quickly before things get out of control. The darkness is not simply murderous plans but also a deep power game, where Dani is a pawn forced to move according to the intentions of the mastermind behind. Who could that person be? An old family enemy, a relative that Anita never suspected, or a hidden force in the underworld that Dani accidentally encountered? The truth becomes more and more vague and confusing as clues gradually reveal that Vernon is not simply a victim in this story. There are dark secrets that he deliberately hides, making the confrontation between Dani and Vernon more complicated and dangerous. Anita is determined to get to the bottom of everything, not allowing her daughter to sink deeper into the mud of sin. But the deeper she digs, the more she sees the picture of life painted with distorted lines, deception and danger lurking everywhere. The world of Dani and Vernon is not just a private war between two people but part of a larger chain of events, involving powerful people, overlapping feuds, and unpredictable conspiracies. In addition, Anita discovers that Dani once met a mysterious figure who has the ability to control psychology and manipulate human will. This person appears in the dark, sowing doubts, gradually turning Dani into a tool to serve his own purposes. The ambiguous relationship between Dani and this character is hidden so well that even Dani is not fully aware of how she is being controlled. This is the important knot that makes the story more dramatic, because the truth will be painfully revealed when Dani stands at the crossroads between freedom and cruel control. Meanwhile, Vernon is not a perfect person. His actions and past make many people question his true motives in his relationship with Dani and Anita. Could Vernon be hiding secrets related to dangerous relationships, or dark incidents that make him a target for hostile forces? The deeper into the details, the more complicated the story becomes, with conspiracies piled on top of each other, where no one is completely innocent. Anita is faced with a difficult choice. Can she save her daughter from the darkness that is gradually engulfing her, or must she watch Dani become the next victim of a cold-blooded power play? The truth about who is behind Dani's plan to kill Vernon will be revealed, which will surprise everyone. Because it is not just a personal plot but part of a larger plan to destroy the entire peace that Anita's family has tried to build for so long. As things go wrong, the line between good and evil, between enemies and allies becomes increasingly blurred. Anita is forced to fight not only for her daughter's life, but also to save the soul of the whole family from the ghosts of the past and the dark forces that are surrounding her. Any mistake could lead to irreversible disaster, and she must prepare to face the most painful choices to protect the people she loves. The story is not just a battle between Dani and Vernon, but a battle of wits between light and darkness, between freedom and control, between motherly love and deep conspiracies. Anita's journey will lead viewers through the darkest corners of the human soul, until finally, the truth is revealed in a moment that will leave everyone breathless. It is in those moments, when all the masks are removed, dark secrets are revealed, and complex relationships suddenly become clear, that people understand that, in this life, nothing is random. And every action, no matter how small, is governed by invisible forces, more dangerous than what can be seen with the naked eye. Anita, Dani, and Vernon, each is a link in a dramatic chain of events whose final outcome no one can predict. As the darkness deepens, Anita realizes that the battle she is facing is not simply about protecting her daughter or stopping a murder plot, but also a battle with her inner ghosts and dangerous forces manipulating from behind. Over the past few days, Anita has been silently following Dani's every move, trying to find out who was behind it, but all traces have disappeared like smoke. The few clues make her realize that the mastermind is not just a single individual but could be an organization or a group of people with power and influence in the dark, wanting to stir up her family's life. But now that things had gotten out of control, Anita was determined not to let her family continue to be torn apart by dark conspiracies. She began to contact those close to her who could help find out the truth and rescue Dani from the hands of the bad guys. Meanwhile, Vernon did not stand still. He begins to investigate on his own who is threatening his family and Dani's safety. Long-hidden secrets are slowly revealed, including his own past wrongdoings that few people know about. Vernon once had deep hatred for some people in the underworld, who may now be behind the plot to manipulate Dani. The truth becomes more and more complicated when not just one, but a series of connections intertwine to create a tangled and dangerous network. An even bigger shock comes when Anita discovers that the person behind it all is none other than the closest person in their family. That person not only has a deep understanding of Dani but also knows every weakness and pain of hers, from which he can easily manipulate and lure Dani into the path of sin. This betrayal almost broke Anita. The feeling of being deceived and losing faith in the people she once loved pushed her into a state of extreme despair. Dani gradually realized that she was just a pawn in a much larger game, where powerful forces would stop at nothing to achieve their goals. But when it was too late, she was drawn so deeply into dark plans that she could not turn back. The times she hired assassins, the times she prepared to confront Vernon were not because Dani herself wanted to, but because she was pushed to the end, with no other choice but to follow the orders of the person behind. Anita and Vernon stood up together to rescue Dani, not only with physical strength but also by exploiting the deepest secrets of the past, lifting the veil of mystery that covered everything. They know that if they don't find and deal with the root cause of this manipulation, Dani will be forever caught in a never-ending cycle of guilt and danger. The tense days pass with every small sign of progress. The direct confrontations with the enemy cause the whole family to be extremely tense. The journey is long, painful, and full of challenges. Anita understands that maternal love is the only power that can pull Dani out of the darkness that is covering her soul. As for Vernon, he constantly struggles to atone for his mistakes and protect his family from unexpected dangers. But will love and perseverance be enough to neutralize the evil plots, or will everything end in inevitable tragedy? The answer remains a mystery. And while the dark forces are still creeping in step by step, Anita, Dani and Vernon must face the most difficult challenges of their lives. Where life and death, trust and betrayal, light and darkness intersect to create an unprecedented dramatic picture. Every step, every decision carries a heavy responsibility, which can change the fate of all. And only when all the masks are completely removed, when the conspiracies are exposed to the light, can the ultimate truth be fully understood, from which to hope for a new beginning, or accept a tragic but inevitable ending. Don't forget to subscribe and follow our channel so as not to miss any exciting developments of the film. Let us lead you deeper into the dark maze of conspiracies, where no one is innocent, and nothing is accidental.